Welcome to our podcast, where we explore fascinating stories and ideas from various fields. In this episode, we will discuss the Apollo 11 anniversary and the moon landing conspiracies that have resurfaced yet again. Apollo 11 took off for the moon on July 16, 1969, and landed on July 20th. Neil Armstrong became the first man to put a foot on the moon. The world watched as NASA achieved the historic feat. However, ever since then, conspiracy theories have swirled that the landing was faked by the space agency. People point to the fact that humans have not been able to return to the moon since the Apollo missions ended. If NASA has the technology to reach the moon in 5 days with people on board, why hasn't it been able to do it again? As the 56th anniversary of the Apollo 11 mission approaches, social media is once again abuzz with chatter that Neil Armstrong, Buzz Aldrin, and Michael Collins never actually went to the moon. People have dug up old interviews of Aldrin, where he seemingly admits that America never went to the moon. The first interview was on the Conan O'Brien show in 2000. The host talks about watching the astronauts land on the moon as a young boy. Aldrin interjects, "No, you didn't. There wasn't any television. And there wasn't anyone taking a picture. You watched an animation." People have often raised doubts about the photos and videos of the moon showing Armstrong and Aldrin walking on the lunar surface. The two spent 2¼ hours on the lunar surface, exploring Tranquility Base, the site where they landed. They also brought back samples of lunar soil and spent a total of 21 hours, 36 minutes on the moon. You watched animation, so you associated what you saw with, "You heard me talking about, how many feet we're going to the left and right. And then I said contact light, engine stopped, a few other things. And then Neil said, Houston, Tranquility Base," Aldrin told O'Brien. However, what Aldrin was really referring to here was the TV animations that television channels used while covering the story. NASA has maintained that the Apollo missions were real. It points to telemetry data, lunar rock samples, and the testimonies of thousands of engineers, scientists, and astronauts as proof of the mission's authenticity. In another interview from 2015, a little girl asks Aldrin why no one has returned to the moon. He responds, "Because we didn't go there, and that's the way it happened." However, this is also an edited clip and is cut off before Aldrin clarifies what he meant. The astronaut clarified that the reason why it didn't happen again was because government priorities had changed and there was lack of funding. The 1970s in the US witnessed political turmoil because of the Watergate scandal and the Pentagon Papers. There was growing mistrust among the public, and it spilt over to the Apollo mission as well. Thanks for tuning into this incredible story. If this episode resonated with you, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button for more captivating stories to come. Stay tuned.